Welcome to the Spring Boot Plus Firebase tutorial where we create an application or a REST API CRUD application where we use Cloud Firestore, a database by Firebase and Google for our backend, and we see how we can use a cloud database and see how it works. And we can also connect our application with Spring Boot and REST API so that we can manipulate it with using REST APIs. So let's get started. This is going to be a 4 or 5 video playlist where we start from setting up Firebase in our application from scratch. Then we move on to building our APIs, REST APIs, and in the process, we learn how the Cloud Store, Firestore works and how we understand some concepts behind how it's working and such. So let's get started with our tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be talking about what Firebase is and what Cloud Firestore is, and also do some basic setup where we create our Spring Boot application using IntelliJ. And in the next video, we'll take it from there. So first, let's talk about what is Firebase and what is Cloud Firestore. So Cloud Firestore is basically a flexible, scalable, NoSQL cloud database where it stores and syncs our data for client and server-side development. In our application, we'll be doing server-side development where we ask our Spring Boot server to actually get data from Cloud Firestore and then how we can access it, create, retrieve, update, or delete our data. So Cloud Firestore is a flexible, scalable databases for mobile, web, and server deployment from Firebase and Google Cloud. Similar to what Firebase has with real-time databases, it keeps our data in sync across client applications through real-time listeners, and it also offers offline support for mobile and web. So basically, when we create, update, or delete data inside our application, we will be seeing a dashboard where we can actually see our data get deleted live, and all of them will be updated in real time. So we'll see that how that happens and how we can connect our application, a local application, to a server which is given to us by Firebase and Google. So some capabilities that we need to highlight when we're using Firebase is the fact that why it's so famous and why people actually use it for their apps. So the first thing is flexibility. It provides hierarchical data structures, so our data is stored in documents, organized into collections, and then we can make complex nested objects in sub collections, and we can always query them very easily. So it's very flexible to use Cloud Firestore for our needs. We have explicit querying, so you can use queries to retrieve individual and specific documents or retrieve all documents. And this can include multiple chain filters, combine filtering with sorting, all sorts of fancy stuff which you want to do on your database. Next is real-time updates. Again, a fun thing to see. So we can see it uses data synchronization to update data on any connected devices. So if you have like 10 apps connected to your single Cloud Firestore database, then you can see it updated on all of them live in real time. And it'll be fun to see how that works and how we can actually use it. So yeah, this is basically how it works. So it's a cloud-hosted NoSQL database for all the platforms, and it's available in native Node.js, Java, Python, Unity, so on and so forth. We will be using the Java REST API library and framework to actually query our data, and we'll develop a simple CRUD API. So whenever we learn a new technology, the best way to get started, or the hello world of learning anything about web servers or web frameworks, would be to create a CRUD application in it. It teaches us how to interact with the database, teaches us how the basic functions work, methods work, and also gives us a simple CRUD application at the end, which we always create. So it'll be fun to work with that, and in the tutorials we'll see how everything connects together and how easy it is to actually connect our Firebase Firestore database with our local Spring Boot application. So first, I would highly recommend you to go through the documentation. We cannot cover every single thing in documentation in our videos. We'll jump into the implementation directly. So I really encourage you to go to the description of the video and read enough about Cloud Firestore to be comfortable working with it, so that we can have a very good and productive discussion whenever the video is on. So yeah, let's get started. So first thing which we need to do is create a project in Firebase. But before that, let's actually create our application, a Spring Boot application, so that we have everything from application side ready. In the next video, we can directly continue with our Firebase configurations. So as like any other online API or SDK, we have to have secret keys which we can use from given by Firebase for our application, so that we can authorize and authenticate each and every request it sends, and also basically have all the libraries and Maven dependencies ready. So let's do that boilerplate stuff in this video, and then in the next video we can actually start building some stuff using our application. So here, if you can see the screen, I have a very simple Maven project which has a pom.xml, nothing inside so far, just a pom.xml. So first let's fill this up and let's actually have something inside here which we can use. So to do that, let me quickly get all the dependencies that we need, so that we can then just talk about it and then focus more of our time on how do we actually set up Firebase on its side. So let me just get this done. And once we get this done, let's just quickly have Maven pull them. Might get some errors if it is not properly configured, but I think my environment and paths are correct, so not to worry in that aspect. And yep, I think everything looks pretty good, smooth. Let the indexing and everything get done. Okay, great. So let's go through our dependencies. So since we're working with the Spring Boot REST API project, we will have Spring Boot Starter Web to have basic necessities in terms of annotations which we need to use. Lombok is to make sure that our data looks good, and again, annotations which help us help our CRUD API journey smooth with all the annotations it provides. Next is the Firebase admin dependency, which will basically help us interact with Firebase using the underlying APIs, and we'll see how easy it is to actually work with the Firebase admin and see how it works. Lastly would be to have our Spring Boot application use a Maven plugin to install all of our dependencies and just build our project properly. So pretty simple boilerplate code here, nothing crazy that's going on. I would say the next thing would be to have a runner. So if we have a runner, it'll just be easy to run our project from the next time. So create a package and let the name of the package be com.java.firebase. And inside this package, we can have our runner class. We'll have all of our classes here, but let's call it CRUD. So we're just going to build a simple CRUD app, right? So let's just call it CRUD runner. And inside this, we'll just start our application. So all we have to do here is copy a bunch of stuff, nothing crazy. All we are doing here is having a main method. So public static void main string args, and let's call this our Spring Boot application entry point, and have a very simple Spring Boot application runner which basically runs our application. So yeah, this is simple basic information which we need in our application to run it, and we have our pom.xml also set. Now let's jump on to the Firebase configuration side where we need to set up our application. So what do? Go to console.firebase.google.com, and if you don't see this page, don't worry. All you have to do is add a project. So make sure you find that, and from here it will be the same steps which we do. Let's call this Firebase tutorial DB. And let's see how it works. So have a name for your project, Firebase project. This can be disabled for now, and Google will basically create our database and everything for us. So all you have to do is just wait. It takes us a couple of seconds, but if it's taking some more time, then I'll probably wait for a few more minutes and then see if it's happening. Usually it's pretty smooth, no problem here. So yep, we are good to go with our application. And as you can see, we have our Firebase tutorial DB ready, up and ready to use. So in the next video, we'll see how we can actually get all the secret keys from Firebase and set it up inside our local application, so that when we run our application, we connect to the correct database, and also create a database and make sure that everything is smooth in terms of connecting, so that in the later videos, we can then start building our application and building our CRUD endpoints for Firebase. So this is it for this video. Make sure to go through the documentation which is in the description below, to get used to Cloud Firestore. And make sure to follow the steps to create a new Google project, and also to have our pom.xml ready with all the dependencies which we talked about here. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.